You and Anthony Joshua had a fair few back and forths over the last couple of months. That is a fight again that could materialise you and Anthony. What happens to Anthony Joshua if you fight him?
He gets knocked out, he gets bashed up.
Joyce, the juggernaut, says he's overtaken Anthony Joshua. He believes Anthony Joshua has regressed as a fighter. And he says he will knock him out. And I've heard people have the same opinion about Joyce. They believe Joyce is a top heavyweight in the division and he would beat Anthony Joshua. I'm not sold on that just yet. I mean, Joyce beat Daniel. I mean, Daniel's overrated. Daniel, to me, is not really that good. And he also beat Joseph Parker, who had a hard time with Derek Chisora in both fights. So clearly, Joseph Parker has seen better days. And not just that, Anthony Joshua in the last 3 fights had 3 different trainers. He's transitioning between styles. So I don't think we see the best Anthony Joshua with Derek James just yet. Even though I like Joyce, it's not enough data for me to pick him over Anthony Joshua. I think Anthony Joshua has faced a better opposition. So for my money, it still goes on AJ to beat the juggernaut. But we will have more data on Joyce when he faces Zhang. We will also have more data on Anthony Joshua in his next fight with Derek James. When you look at Anthony Joshua's opponents like Andy Ruiz, Jermaine Franklin, and Usyk, they combined to have 2 losses. And Jermaine Franklin and Andy Ruiz's losses are very questionable. It could have went the other way. Not to mention, Joshua has had 3 different trainers in his last 3 fights. The people that say Joshua is no longer elite, he's in his back 9, he's no longer a top heavyweight, they may be right. But for me, I need to see more. I need to see him in a couple of more fights with Derek James. Not to mention, another similarity is these opponents, Usyk, Ruiz, Franklin, have never been knocked out. And when people say, well, Wilder and Joyce would knock him out, and you might be right. Styles make fights. But would've, could've, doesn't mean anything to me. You need to be in that ring and show me.
Got a good hook, that's it. That's it.
If he does have a good right hand, is it a more competitive fight or
No. He's not a complete fighter.
According to Gervonta Davis, he says he will not put the 2 stipulations in the contract, the rehydration clause and the catch weight, if Ryan would agree to fight at 135. Now, Ryan Garcia said the first weight that was agreed on initially was 138, and then Tank changed it to 136. At this point, if I'm Ryan Garcia, instead of complaining about Gervonta Davis draining me, and either way it goes, you're going to be drained if you take it like that, 135, 136. So you might as well make the 135-pound weight limit, and then you have a rehydration clause. You have 1 stipulation instead of 2 if Gervonta Davis is telling the truth. Now, when it comes to being a complete fighter, a lot of people would say Gervonta Davis is the more complete fighter than Ryan Garcia. But then some people would say, why is he in competitive fights with level C class opponents like Rolly Romero? He wants to downgrade Ryan Garcia as not a complete fighter. Well, neither is Rolly Romero, and he kept it competitive. And even though Ryan Garcia may not be a complete fighter at this stage, he is still a better fighter than Rolly Romero. With that being said, I'm still picking Gervonta Davis to win the fight, but I'd be a fool to say Ryan Garcia has no chance. Anyway, leave your thoughts and comments below. JBZ, I'm gone.